Hi guys, April here from momruncraft, and I wanted to share a monthly setup and weekly layout in the new 12-month undated floral mini happy planner. The first thing I do is remove the pages from the planner. It's one of the things I love the most about the disc-based system. I'm going to use this gold Recollections marker tip pen from Michaels, but before I put the pen to the planner pages, I'm going to do a few test numbers to make sure that the pen is ready and the ink is flowing. Now that I know the pen is ready to go, I don't do anything particularly special here. I don't draw lines down to the center with a pencil. I just go for it. Anything that's off-centered or any slight imperfections, I just go with it, knowing that any major mistakes can be covered up with a sticker or a piece of washi tape. My goal is to keep the numbers long and lean and somewhat centered, but I'm just eyeballing everything and I'm moving rather quickly for me, making sure not to smudge the ink and making sure that the ink is going on somewhat evenly. The first thing I do though is I use a ruler to break up the horizontal space into two areas. And it's actually not an exact midline, but I know that I'm planning on writing in the numbers. So for me, it's totally fine. On this particular week, I think that I'm going to start with the 3rd. So I'll just kind of write. Oop, and you know what? That's okay, because I'm probably going to use a sticker to cover that up. You guys will never know. Well, you guys will know because you saw it happen. So, pages are numbered. I am dying to add some floral stickers to this page. So let's... So one of the things I like to do with these big floral stickers, even though this is a mini planner, I like to cut them in half. So it looks like they're kind of dancing off the page. So I'll put half here. Half up here. I guess I gotta do that right here. And half here. Same thing, cut it down the middle, put this one right here. So if I have stickers up here, I like to kind of have it symmetrical with them down here. I need something up here, and I like how this particular one kind of has the purples in it. You may not be able to see, but again, I'll cut it in half. Going right there. Which means I kind of need one over here. Like that. Ooh, you know what? It doesn't have any real yellow, but I
feel like this will be a nice pop of color. So we're going to put it here. Now I want this to follow along the line of the box. So we're going to cut it like that. And then this one, do I want it here or here? We'll do it here. Needs a little bit of green. So maybe this one. Cut that little bit of piece off. It's looking good. Maybe something yellow and green down here, and I think it is pretty much done. No, that doesn't quite work. There we go. So for the minis, I don't like to overdo it with the stickers. I think that the stickers are looking pretty good. And what's fun about the minis is that there's so many different ways you can use the stickers. I like to use these color blocked ones to kind of color code my boys' activities. Here's a fun way to get the purples in. So a lot of times for me, the lines in the boxes are merely suggestions as to where things should go. I don't really plan by the box, I guess you could say. I often think outside of the box and don't force myself to keep things within a certain area. So what I would do is I like to make this kind of a checklist. And so if I have green here, what I'll do is I'll overlap a different color down here, and I like that that kind of brings out the green that's in the leaves. So now I got to find another one for this side so that it's somewhat symmetrical.
I am just filling in the stickers using the color coding rectangles to denote my boys' sports activities, and I'm just trying to even up the number of big stickers on either side by putting another big green checklist on the right side.
Okay. I love to mix stickers and sticky notes together. And I love these long stickies for a fun pop of yellow. Let's line it up here. So again, I'm sort of going over that line. This will make a great kind of midweek checklist area. So I've got my Monday checklist, my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday kind of go together. And I think since the weekend is always so busy, I'm going to put another checklist under here. Just kind of cut off what I think I'm not going to need. Okay. And you know what I think it needs is a little pop of a floral sticker, kind of like a faux washi at the top, holding those on. So back to the floral sticker book. Let's see, I think I'll go with this. So I don't tend to use these full box stickers and they don't really fit in a way for me that utilizes the white space in the minis. But what I like to do is just kind of cut a piece off so that it looks like a piece of washi tape. Even though it's going to cover up some of my real estate, I sort of like this fun pop of pink, and it's a little thick, so I'm going to just trim a little bit more off. Now I've got a fun pop of pink. A little trick, so when I'm using the washi, or really when I'm layering any stickers, I don't like the edges to line up. I like the look of layering with the edges offset. I feel like that adds the kind of texture and the look I'm going for. When you line up all of the edges to me, I feel like you lose some of that depth. And it's not quite what I want. So layer it. When I do one thing on this side, I kind of like to mimic it somehow on the other side so that it sort of has the continuity between the two pages, sort of, so that it does have the continuity between the two pages. So again, I'm not going to line up those edges. I want the washi right there. It's coming together. It's a little busier than I would normally do.
One of the main reasons I divide the horizontal space in half is so that I end up with two boxes. Even though this is a horizontal layout, my mind still works vertically. So the numbers are really just a visual line for me, so that the left side is my must-do side. It's the things that are important for the day, things I have to do. The right side is more so my hopeful to-do list, the things I should do but may not do. This time of year, the left side has basically become a tracker for my boys' baseball and soccer practices and games. And the right side is where I put my work reminders or reminders to wash uniforms, when in reality that's almost a daily thing. I really just need to buy about 12 pairs of baseball pants so that I don't always have to wash them. I didn't like that sticker in the top corner, so I decided to remove it and see what it might look like if I used the scrap piece of Post-it with another little piece of faux washi layered atop it. And I end up kind of loving it. So I keep it there. I like the pop of gold in that top right corner. And the page itself is a little bit busier than my mini pages usually are, but it's spring break, so I'm going with it. And I love that this happens to match a classic size layout that I did for the same week. I must have a thing for this purple, pink, green, yellow color combination. Again, as I'm writing in my items, my left side is going to be the must-do events, important things. The right side is my hopeful kind of to-do list. And this week is a little different because it's our spring break week. So my Monday to-do list is actually quite short. It's going to probably be get to the gym and get outside with the boys, and nothing more, nothing less than that. Have some fun, because we don't have any sports that day, which is a rarity. So we're going to, I think, be as lazy as possible is my goal. The thing about these little yellow stickies and Post-its, I love to draw a little box and turn them into checklists because they're the perfect size, especially if you guys decide to use them in your classic planner. They fit perfectly in the boxes there. Again, tracking boys' sports,
boys sports pretty much. If you need me, I'll be at the baseball field from now until mid-June. It's a good thing they're so cute. I laugh now watching this back because basically washing uniforms is a daily occurrence. I really just need to buy about 12 pairs of baseball pants in various sizes and rotate them. I see that I've written uniforms on there probably 3 times, but that's the story of my life. Wash those uniforms. The boys are at that age where I can't just let them go without having washed them because the funk level is far too high. When they get into my car, I have to roll down the windows sometimes. Forgot Monday. You know, I don't always fill everything in one sitting. I tend to leave Saturday and Sunday somewhat blank and then sit down Wednesday night and fill. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me during my very first Plan With Me video. Hopefully there will be many more to come. Have a great day.